Okay, guys, this is it. Get ready to feast your eyes on the most totally slamming loft in all downtown. Sasha, you can't be serious. Okay, so the place needs a little makeover. Okay, a serious makeover.
Hello and welcome to my very first speed build. I'm Mars. I'm glad to have you here. As I'm sure you can tell by the title and the thumbnail and everything about this video, this is a speed build of the Bratz magazine. I am such a fan of the Bratz and their recent comeback, and I just have so much nostalgia for like the GameCube. Well, I played it on GameCube, but the GameCube games, the Rock Angel game and Bratz Diamonds, such a formative part of my childhood. And I did get the recent Bratz game that came out, as well as the app. I was like really obsessed with that for a while. And it just, I tried to be a good sport about it, but it just really was not, it didn't hit the same way that it used to. And so I decided to just build the magazine for myself, which is what you're watching now. So if you're wondering, this is on the, I think it's like 123 Torendi lot in the fashion district of San Myshuno. I thought the fashion district was like, a pretty good place to put them. It was appropriate, felt right. And if you're wondering why I'm building on the second level, you can't do curved walls on the, on top of other apartments, it says. It just won't let you do it. So I do have a plan for the basement, or I guess not the basement, but the first floor of this apartment. I'm going to be doing like an actual Bratz apartment, which is why I have this lot set as a residential lot. This lot is up on the gallery. I will have my gallery ID in the description. I believe it's just itsmarslea, L-E-A. The bottom is not ready yet. That will be coming in a later video, so subscribe. Stick around for that. I'm really excited to do that. That's going to be more Bratz inspired and less so me recreating something that already exists, which will be really fun. I had so much fun with this build. The sort of like rounded shapes of the platforms were giving me a bit of trouble. So you will see like the main area isn't technically a room because you can't have a room with a bunch of like inverted circles taken out of it, but it's good. It still works. So I spent a lot of time like analyzing the structure of the like loft they make over in the game to try and get like the shape and the colors and proportions and everything as close to accurate as I could get. And at first I was doing it so that the exterior would like blend with this pre-existing apartment building that we're building on. But I hated it. It was really ugly. So you'll see I did a cheeky little thing here. At this point in the video, the inside's actually finished. But I didn't want to do it where I did the inside first in the video and then go do the outside, because it just doesn't flow. It's not very interesting watch that way. So if you see a little furniture in the windows, that's why. But yeah, so I just quickly at the end of it was like, I hate it. So I redid the outside, try to make it look like the exterior of their sort of like apartment building like they have in like the TV show and stuff, which I really like. I think it added a lot more personality to the build. I think before it was a little dull like on the outside, but I like looking at it now on the outside too. It gives me like, the little hit of like dopamine that I wanted for having the little Bratz magazine thing. Yeah, so the very like top floor is just decorative. The building itself has like a very odd shape. I added some billboards to make it sort of blend in with the rest of the area around it. Those are just from the debug. I also so I kind of did this build with mods, you'll kind of see here, but you don't need tool mod to play this game. If you place it, you need to make sure you have move objects on. But yeah, I use tool mod in this, and no CC. This is all just like in-game content. I didn't limit the packs just because I was trying to get it as close as possible, and I also don't have admittedly, like, a lot of packs or expansions. I used a lot of kits for this, which, sorry, I know people have sort of mixed feelings about the kits, but the maximalism kit really hit for this. Like, it pulled through. Same with the pastel pop kit. A lot of items in there that I used for this. But yeah, so if you see something and you're like, oh, this item could have been better, you're probably right. I just didn't have it. So feel free to like update it with what you want. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Like, especially like the sort of back like computer room area where they have like the closets and whatnot. Like, I was really proud of that. I really loved it. Yeah. And then, so if you don't know, tool mod is just something that lets you like move your objects around in ways the game isn't built to let you do, like flip things around, make them like more precisely bigger, and like raise them and lower them, move them around, like just more specifically and whatnot. I don't know. I'm like such a perfectionist, so I absolutely love building with tool mod. It's like changed my life, and that's dramatic, but it kind of has. It's changed my simming life. I absolutely recommend tool mod, even if you're not really like a modded game player, because I also am just a builder, really. And like, I like to play dress up with my Sims. I'm not so much a gameplay simmer, just mostly like a builder. I love interior design and things like that. I'm such a big fan. And let me know who your favorite Bratz doll is. My favorite is, oh, that's hard actually. Let me know what your favorite is. My favorite when I was a kid, I think, was Jade. It might still be Jade. I did also like Yasmin because I was a big animal girly. But yeah, let me know your favorite Bratz doll. And yeah, you'll notice like I said, the build was finished before I started doing the exterior properly. So you'll see the exterior is like not right at this point, but we get there. And yeah, and I did put like a little computer on the coffee table and the little lip shaped couch area like there is in the game. Things like that. There's like a camera setup. So if you've got the Moschino stuff pack, which I know, or is it a kit? No, I think it's a stuff pack. I know people don't like that for some reason. I love that pack. I love having all the camera stuff, and like it comes with so many good objects. Like, big fan of that one. Sorry. I love the color palette they have in this. I think the colors I did a really good job on. I also really liked the little seating area. Obviously, we don't have like the lip-shaped couches and stuff, but I thought the color match was pretty good. I think that's probably the most important part when you're trying to like recreate something, or at least in my opinion, when I'm trying to recreate something, is making sure that the colors are right and sort of like the proportions. For example, like this table, you'll see at the end, I totally redo. I didn't like it. I wanted everything in here to be like functional. It is play tested, it should work, but I wanted this table to be like usable basically, but I had to keep like rising and lowering things, and then whenever you're like building something and if you've lowered something, it like pops back up, and so it was just like not working properly. So I do end up removing that later on. And I also put I think I have 2 of these different like fashion influencer boards, because I thought like gameplay wise that would be cute to have if you're playing them and pretending they're like in the magazine and they are like doing everything. So I tried to make it like, I don't know, as close to being interactive as the game was. Like, pretty sure this is where the music was in the game. Actually, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was. I'm lying. But it's a good place for it, I think. But yeah, so here's something you see me do with tool mod here is like I put an actual table, because like computers and stuff need to be on the tables, and then I get it to the right height, and then if you go like 0.0001 to shrink it down, it like will still slot there, and you can still like it'll still be there, but you won't see it. What made this build, in my opinion, what it is, couldn't have done it without these photos, which are not CC. I got them from In the Sims Gallery. So it's by a simmer. I have it up on the screen here. So this is by True Blue Kirby in the gallery. So my understanding of these no CC art pieces is that if you get your sim to like the maxed out art skill or painting skill, they can paint like things that you reference in game, and then people put things into their game for their sims to reference, so it doesn't end up being CC. But that just made this like I don't know. It would have been fine without it, but I think this just pulls the whole thing together. Makes it so much more iconic. So shout out to True Blue Kirby. Check them out in the gallery. And if you want more art in your game, look up the hashtag NoCCArt in the gallery, and so many good things come up, like Matisse paintings, and it's a great way to get like non-mod art into your game. And it like people also do like wallpaper type stuff and like tiles and things like that. So that was a great discovery I made recently that has very much improved some of my builds, because like, I don't know, we don't have a lot of art, or at least I don't, because I don't have a lot of expansion packs, and like reusing the same art piece in like multiple rooms in your build, or like using the same one all the time, it kind of like loses it loses the vibe a bit. It's just like, it's hard to get. Art is so specific, especially in like recreations and things like this. So yeah, and then here I'm just making the little computer bank, and I wanted to do all like the different colors like they had. I thought that was cute. I had a lot of fun adding clutter to this one. I love clutter. I'm so glad we got all those clutter kits. And then there's this little photo booth section with some lights from, again, the Moschino stuff, and also Get Famous. There's some lights there. It's just like a fun little spot. So yeah. And then this is a good trick of building. If you have like those little cubes from Dream Home Decorator, which if you don't have Dream Home Decorator, like get Dream Home Decorator. That is my favorite expansion pack they've made. Anyways, if you use these little cubes, or like any of the shelves really, you can use it to slot items, and then if you hold Alt to like place the shelf, you can place it to whatever height you want to place your clutter on, and then you just Alt drag it from there and it just stays at that height. So that's like a great way to like clutter surfaces without having to like raise them with like the 9 keys, which my 9 key to raise things doesn't work. Whenever I hit that, it just changes my camera view to be like at the front of the lot, and then it will just like, if I try and move it back, it will just keep doing that. So if anyone knows what that's about, feel free to help me out, because that is so frustrating. Which is why I'm so thankful for Toolmod, because without them, like everything would be on ground level, and that's just so boring. Yeah. And then here in the closets, like I have some shoes, because you know, it's all about shoes. The girls with a passion for fashion, they need a big collection. And then these clothing racks that came with High School Years, which is another great pack, especially if you like the sort of Bratz style aesthetic. There's a lot of really good things in there. As you saw in the beginning, I like made my own little Bratz dolls for my Sims game, and definitely the High School Years stuff like made it possible to dress them with some actual style and not just like boring regular outfits. Or yeah, so yeah, High School Years and Dream Home Decorator are some of my favorite expansions we've gotten to date. Like I said before, I love cluttering. So what you're seeing me do here is what I like to do when I'm cluttering is I like to go through the like clutter category and like the miscellaneous decor and just pull out everything that I think I would like to clutter the area with, and then from there go and start like placing things like how I want them. It's just easier for me to like sort of visualize it that way, I guess, and like makes it faster for me to decorate and make sure that, you know, I get all the good little trinkets and whatnot that I need. I feel like I'm always finding something new when I go through like the miscellaneous decor category. And of course I always check Debug, because Debug has a lot of really good little clutter items, and if you do show hidden objects on, you get a lot of like the live edit objects, or like the things like the Sims use in the game that you normally couldn't place, like random little like cooking things and like cups and plates and things like that. I love cluttering to make things look more realistic in my like regular builds, and also just to add more personality to these builds I do where I'm like recreating something, which is something that I really love to do. So if you stick around on this channel, you'll see a lot of build recreations. So it'll be a mix of me, again, recreating stuff, as well as like nostalgia stuff. So I want to do more like Bratz content, maybe some Wings Club stuff. I'm open to suggestions, like anything that feeds my inner child, like I'm here for it. I'm working on a series of building celebrities' homes that have been on Architectural Digest. I have been working on Queen Emma Chamberlain's house for a while. That Emma Chamberlain's house tour made me start playing Sims again, because I was just like, I'm never gonna have that. I'm never gonna be able to have a house like that is that nice. So let me make that in The Sims. I would say I'm about 30% done, but I will start posting. I'll post that soon, so stay tuned. I want to get it right, so I'm not rushing, but it's pretty. I'm having a lot of fun. I love recreating things. I want to do David Arbor and Lily Allen's apartment, and Vanessa Hudgens has such a nice house too, things like that. And I do really like doing my own builds as well, from like reference photos. And yeah, so this is a lot of build content on my channel if you stick around. Also check me out on TikTok. It's sim_Mars simmers. I thought that was cute. I hope you like my content so far, and stick around for the future, because I had a lot of fun doing this, and I don't know, I love The Sims. I was a big Sims 3 stan for the first couple years that Sims 4 was out. I was like, I couldn't believe. I love customizing things. As you probably can tell here, like I'm very particular and picky and whatnot. So the fact that they took out Create a Style was like earth-shattering. Like Create a Style was so good. If they added Create a Style to The Sims 4, it would be unmatched. Like, I just loved being able to customize everything, because it is so frustrating. Like, some things are just like they have so many different shades of colors, but then it's like you can't always match it with everything, and like cross kit, even within kits sometimes in like expansion packs, like they have different like color tones and you can't like match them. It's so frustrating, but sometimes you gotta just let it go. So here I am redoing that sort of front table again. I don't know how I feel about this either, but I realized when I sized up this side table from the Pastel Pop kit, it was at the exact same height as the counters, so stools would sort of slot there and they could sit there and work there fine. So that's what I ended up doing, because doing it with the other table that I had and stuff like that, it just kept like floating and then like sinking down and like clipping and stuff. And I didn't vibe. And then something I like to do when I'm sizing up things like that and overlapping things is, if you like raise it or lower it by like 0.0001, like if it's flickering and clipping and stuff like that, it'll stop, because it will like place something like ever so slightly above the other texture, and you can't tell. So that's something I like to do when I'm layering things, because I don't like when things are like flickering and stuff. At this point in the video, we're actually done, and I love it so much. And there are a couple like empty rooms sort of on the back that helped me create the shape. Those will be sort of incorporated into when I do the downstairs apartment. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good, pretty satisfied. It definitely like hit the spot for me, and what I was craving. So yeah, it is up on the gallery, just at itsmarslea, LEA. I hope you had a good time, because I had a great time making it, and I hope to see you on some of my more content coming. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.